Hello, dears, and welcome back to Benidorm once again. It's evening time. It's not a Monday anymore, and there is some nice atmosphere here at the British Street. But today, we're not gonna be here. We'll be heading to the famous as well Lepanto Street and discover what's going on right there. As we go through the famous yellow brick road here from the Girona Street, we can see that the Rockstar place. There are quite some people on the inside, mostly because during nighttime, it's already chilly. There's quite some humidity going on, humidity situation in Benidorm, and it's a typical weather for a winter time. Whenever you look at the street lights, you can see there's slight white like aura around them. This is how you can tell there is a humidity. You can actually feel it on your hands, on the face, that it's, even though it says it's around 15-16 degrees outside, the real feel is slightly less than that, which is why even tourists, a lot of you already are bringing your coats and jackets to go out to Benidorm and enjoy, even so, everything that it has to offer. As we can see right now, the yellow brick road is looking way better than it previously was, which is great for the town hall. We're very, very happy. Nearby we have, oh my goodness. Nearby we have the apartment Mariciel, which is touristic apartments, very nice ones, close to everything. And as you can see, delivery is also available right here, but you need to be careful. They shouldn't be going through the pedestrian roads like this. But a lot of the times, delivery guys don't really care, and sometimes they almost crash into you, which is exactly what has happened right now. While we were walking down the yellow brick road, calm and quietly, these electric scooters just pass around as if it will be last minutes of their life. Absolutely insane. But there you go, all this rushing just for that, just to come here and stop to wait for the cars to pass. Doesn't make any sense, but this is how they're usually going, really fast to make the most of their working hours. So this is where we are right now. Ooh, they're putting some hearts, some balloons. Probably it's birthday of someone, or there's some special occasion. Someone's celebrating something, which is always great and positive to see. And this is the Lepanto Street. This is where a lot of the popular businesses are located too. Let's see what is open actually right now in December. Obviously, no surprise at all, that is that the supermarkets are open. Typical supermarkets are open out here. There's souvenirs, there's some snacks, there's some drinks, etc. This is what you can usually get in the supermarkets that are open like almost 24 hours. What I really want to talk with you about during today's video while we explore all this area. Ooh, Churchill's pub is closed right now. Looking kind of lonely, this part of the Lepanto Street, not gonna lie, it is looking quite lonely. Something that I wanted to talk to you about, and something that I've seen in the Facebook communities, and that some people did comment to me in Instagram, just like as a private message, something to share, something to talk about here on the channel. If you want us to raise a specific topic here, you can always send us an Instagram message at Benidorm by Anna on Instagram, or just send us an email, info@benidormbyanatours.com. Send us a message there with anything that you want us to talk about in this area, anything that you think might be useful for a lot of people, but you just don't want to write it like in public message, Let us know, because this is something that we kind of knew, but we did not think it was happening so much. And it is, surprise, that not only shops do overcharge you, not only like Chinese bazaars, etc., do put a different price that it should be for tourists, which they do, but also restaurants and food places do overcharge you a lot of the times. This is the sad truth that we've seen lately here in Benidorm. I suppose it's something that's been happening for a long time already. It's just people are checking their money more right now because they don't want to overspend. So they're tracking all the receipts and everything that they've been given, like all the checks. And eventually, this is when they see that they have been overcharged. Sometimes it's a tiny bit, sometimes it's a lot. What's happening in these shops, you'll know it already in typical like Chinese bazaars, etc. Not in all of them, that's true. There are some kind and decent people working. That's also needs to be said. But there are others, more or less half of them, that do not put the prices on their label tags and charge whatever they want. Even if there will be a price tag, whenever you purchase all the things, what I personally recommend is before going to the checkout, like before going to pay for the products that you will purchase, sum up all the things and all the articles that you have in your hands and see what the price will be. When you go to the counter to pay for it, see what the price is, what they're telling you to do. Because some of the times, especially if you're having a lot of stuff, if you are talking with someone and not paying attention to what you're giving them, they might put 50 cents extra, €1 extra, €2 extra, and depends on how much you're actually buying. So the more articles you buy, the more it's probable that they will just overcharge you with it. So you need to be careful with that. It's not the first time it's happening, probably not the last one, but the more cautious we are, the more we know that it is possible, the safer our money will be with us, trust me. And apart from that, in restaurants and fast food places, mostly this happens in a fast food place, not like in a fancy restaurant or not in a place that you're going like to actually sit down and eat by the table. No. This is mostly happening at places that are working almost everything for a takeaway. There are some Indian places that are just like a takeaway place. There are some tables there, but people usually use it as takeout. Maybe some kebab place, pizza place, things like that. Not all of them, once again, not all of them are bad, but there have been some recommendations already to avoid quite a few places here in Benidorm. What they're doing usually is there are prices listed obviously everywhere on the menu, and people just or don't look what they've been charged, don't look at the receipt, they just pay and that's it, what they're being told, without thinking even that they might be scammed, but this is what they are actually doing. And at the end, when you get back home, you check all the food and you check the receipt and you start to remember that it kind of doesn't look like the price that you've seen on the menu. But you've paid for it already, so it's kind of already too late. And things like these have been happening quite a lot of times. If it would be once or twice to someone, you would think, well, okay, it's bad luck. They just did not count it properly, right? But when it happens to so many people, so many tourists, it's something that's been going on that needs to be said. It's not a one-time occasion or error any longer, so people deserve to know. The only thing that we can actually say is that this happened in Rincon de Loix, not too far from the Lepanto beach, in one of the Indian takeaway places. That's the only thing we can say. Not going to be saying anymore. I'm sure people that have been there know how they've been treated. They will know which place, you will know which place it actually is. So bear that in mind. Check it in advance. Whenever you purchase something, as soon as it's not scanned in the official machine and it's put in by hand, this is when you might think that there is a stronger possibility of being overcharged or scammed, or just pay slightly more than it is potentially necessary. So this is something that I really, really wanted you to know, just to avoid these unnecessary issues, to avoid going to places that are not honest with their clients, with their guests, because good places have their clientele already, but bad places shouldn't, because it's not fair for all the clients that they are receiving. Clients deserve to know the truth, which is why we're raising the voice in this case. Let's continue our walk down the Lepanto Street in Benidorm. As you can see, The first part was quite empty, but right here next to the lovely and gorgeous hotel Gold Arcos, this is a 4-star superior hotel. We filmed it once it opened up immediately, which was incredible. They have some nice Christmas decorations too, and people seem to love it. The Royal Arrow Sports Bar, a lot of people did mention that it was closed, what was going on. And the truth is that they've stated on their page that they will be closing up for some refurbishment, for some changes. You know that it is a part of the building where hotel is located. So maybe there's been some issues there. Maybe hotel needs to do some changes and they need to lift up the floors, or the walls. Something needs to be changed, which is why it cannot be open, at least for now. We'll see how it will go in the future, but so far the only information we have is that it did not close. Definitely, it's like a temporary closure for them to treat all the issues or make all the changes that need to be made. The Hotel Presidente is also here nearby, a lovely hotel, incredible area and location where it actually is, right around all the entertainment. And look at this. The end of the Lepanto Street is looking so seemingly quiet. All these places like Irish pubs, all these like Joker, like bigger pubs, all these are closed. Only a few shops and restaurants here. Obviously, these like typical Indian places and Nepali restaurants mostly. This is a tandoori house, for example, Indian and Nepali restaurant. Menu 1850. Starter, main course, palau garlic, or the other meal plus a dessert. This is a typical price right now that you can find here in Benidorm. Okay, Coyote place is open. For example, Smoky Mo's is closed. The Clay Oven, which is the Indian restaurant. Let us know. I know some people that have been here in Clay Oven and they actually were quite happy with it. It's like a typical Indian style restaurant with a special menu that costs exactly the same as the previous one, 18 euros, just a tiny bit less than 19. And this one seems to have more people than the previous one. So let us know, which one do you prefer out of the two in case you visited them both. Here we have Papadom. You have any of these starters, any of these main courses, plus garlic bread, etc. Like all the starters and some snacks and the main meal with rice, for example. And then all of these places are closed. This is what winter means here in the area. This is what winter is looking like. Most popular places are still open. The least popular places, or the not so accessible ones that are not located on the main avenues, are closed right now. Some of them only because it's not a weekend. So by weekend, some of them might be opening up back again. However, definitely not all of them. A lot of them will be closed, at least for these weeks. Maybe for Christmas, restaurants will be open back again, because it's some of the most important weeks are during Christmas and New Year celebrations. That's when all the worker groups are going for the evening meal. That's when all these celebrations are happening. Special menus, they could charge more for it, and they are charging way more for special Christmas or New Year's menus. So it's strange that so many of them are still closed. Bars and nightclubs, I get it, but like restaurants, probably it's because it's their day off. But we'll see what's going to be happening in the next few days or weeks. This is what the Lepanto Street was looking like. We've also told you a short story of how people are being scammed in Benidorm, not only in shops, but literally everywhere. If you are a local, even you can get scammed. Even us, we did get scammed for a couple of euros. That's not something significant, okay? It's like 50 cents, 1 euro, 2 euros. It's not something too problematic, but still it's unpleasant to see that people are trying to steal the money, that people are trying to get more money from you than they actually need to get, which is not fair, and people deserve to know so. The Black Pearl right here, everything is closed. Look at this. The Black Pearl is closed, the Country Ribs are closed, only the Uncle Ped's is open. That's the only thing. The sports part and like the bar part. Only Uncle Ped's is open. That's interesting. Such a big place, but as you can see, the bar is closed though. Only like the chairs and the terrace is open, the TV screen. But the part from the bar, they've only left this side right here. Okay. See, that's what I meant. This is how you can actually see that there is not much going on. There's one part of the bar right there. There's some snacks in the other. And that's basically it. Maybe they will even be closing in a short amount of time because there's barely any guests there. There's just a couple of people. Wow. And then we have some hotels here. Hotel Riviera, for example, is light up as a Christmas tree. They have some nice decorations on the corner, the front balconies, like all these places, they're shining red for Christmas. Nice terrace of the Riviera Beach too, by the way. Coffee and brandy, 210. That's not a bad offer. Burger, 350. Bocadillos and much more. But there is literally no one on the terrace. There is no one. No one. The music lounge, however, that they got right there downstairs, probably will have some more people. People are watching the shows right now. They're not staying on the open air terrace any longer. Only maybe for a short amount of time, like for smoking and etc. By the way, if you did not know, probably you do by now, but just in case, smoking is allowed back again in Benidorm terraces. It's been allowed for quite a while already. I know some of you did not like the thing that it was forbidden for quite a while, but right now it's already allowed on the terraces in Benidorm, in all the bars, cafeterias, pubs, etc. So just bear that in mind. The Explorers pub from the Ambassador Playa Hotel, that one is open too, but apart from that, just look at the streets. Everything is looking so empty right here. This is sad. Obviously, there's not much to do, so it's obvious unless people are heading to the hotel or from the hotel, there's not going to be much more than that out here. Calypso shining as well, and the Rosa Mar is still closed. The building work is still going on. It's still continuing, so it's not ready just yet. We're all anxious to see what it's going to be looking like, but it's nowhere near done, at least for now. There we have our lovely Girona Street and the British Street, right next to the Tourism Information Office and the Police Department, and much more hotels located right here near us. Everything is prepared for Christmas, New Year celebrations, and there's quite a lot of people here. We still have around 90% of occupancy these days and for this month of December. People are coming here for holidays, for Christmas, for New Year, to enjoy the sunshine, great weather, and explore Benidorm when it's not so hot any longer, with perfect temperatures that remind them of light autumn or maybe springtime. But don't forget to bring your jackets if you will be coming here, because in the evening time, as you can see, it's getting quite chilly. Thank you for accompanying us on today's short walk down Benidorm's Lepanto Street and all around it here in Rincon de Loig in the British Zone. We wish you a lovely day, and we'll see each other tomorrow in a new video with the latest Benidorm news update. Bye, dears.